Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a speed paint of Zelda. This is kind of a blend of many of her designs from Twilight Princess and also Ocarina of Time, which are two of my favorite Zelda games. Right now I'm going in with Pale Fruit Pink to flesh out the skin tones, pun intended, and see where the lighting should be. Next, I went in with Jade Green. This may seem weird at first, but with skin tones, having a bit of green helps to make them more realistic. Next, I went in with Prune, which helps make the shadows darker, so I only used it in the places that I wanted to be the darkest parts of her skin tone. I paid very close attention to the types of edges that I wanted, so she's getting hit with direct light, so having the cast shadows be very hard edges helps show that the light is very strong. Now I'm going in with a pink, which helps blend all of the colors together and neutralizes the green that I added. Now I went in one more time with the first color just to smooth everything out and make sure that everything looked like actual skin. Next I had to redarken my shadows because I went in with a lighter color. Now I'm going to do the hair with E70, which is Ash Rose. Because this is a blend of multiple designs of Zelda, I wanted to make her hair dirty blonde. So now I'm just going back in with the same marker because Copics, when you go in with the same color, it darkens and saturates what's already there. Wispy kept on getting in the way. Next, I went in with Phthalo Blue, which is also another weird color, but it helps. Once I go back in with a yellowish color, it neutralizes the blue, just like it did with the green and the pink, so that it just makes it look more realistic and adds another layer of color and saturation that wouldn't normally be there if I had just used a brown, for example. Now I'm going in with the Pale Fruit Pink just to make the highlights less harsh and blend it with the E70 Ash Rose. Now I'm going over with Barley Beige just to help neutralize that blue a little bit and also add a little bit more orangey tones to the hair overall. Finally, I went back one more time with the Ash Rose just to smooth everything out and make sure that it stays true to the base color. Now I'm going to be doing the white of her gloves, and white is a very hard color, but it's basically just paying attention to the shadows and the colors that you use in the shadows. So since her gloves are neutral, I used Cool Gray, and then I'm going back in with, I think it's Light Crockery Blue, just to make it a little bit more saturated and colorful. Again, I'm paying really close attention to the edges of her sleeves. Now I'm going to do her bodice, which is, I'm making it pinkish purple, but I'm going in with prune just to like lay in the shadows and making sure that the shadow that's cast from her arm matches with how the silhouette of her arm looks. So I made sure to get the bump of the armor in. I also wanted to pay close attention to different types of materials. So her bodice is more satiny compared to how her armor is going to look. Now I'm going in with violet. Actually, it's lilac, I'm sorry. I'm going in with lilac, and this I wanted to pay attention to because in direct light, some types of fabrics get more saturated when hit with direct light. So I kind of played with that idea when I went in with the lilac. Next, I went in with Ice Ocean, just to add a little more green to help balance it out the pink. I also wanted to have a cooler toned shadow on her bodice. Now I'm just adding a few colors to the details on her face and earrings and jewels. One thing I want to try to improve on is how to color in gems. I might do some closer shots of gems in the future just to help flesh them out more and make them look more realistic. But I think that they look good overall in this image. I added some pink to her lips as well. Now I'm going in and doing her armor, which is gold. So I'm going in with a very light lemon yellow, just to help see how I want the overall lighting to look on her armor. One of my favorite things when painting gold in marker is to pay attention to how the colors react to each other, because gold is very reflective, so I leave spaces open to help show that it's reflecting off of other light sources in the room. Now I'm going in with a slightly darker yellow just to help bring out the shadows. Now I'm going in with barley beige just to help make the shadows more intense, and I'm paying very close attention to how I'm placing the shadows, because every single surface on her armor and her bodice wrappings has to be reflective. So now I'm going in with E70 just to add a little bit more contrast. Now she's overall finished, but I decided that I wanted a different color background, so I actually went in, and I didn't film this part, but I cut her out with an X-Acto knife, and I added a border. So I had another piece of paper that I made the border on, and right now I'm trying to see what placement, because I want to have a stream of light, like light beams. So right now I just went in and I add the stream of light, and now I'm just adding the final touches. So I wanted to have like dust flecks that reflect off of the light in the air and kind of look like sparkles, but I think overall this turned out very nicely. And here's the finished result. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this helped you even a little bit, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!